Hello students, this is V. Srinivas working in SRR Gout Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. Today I am going to discuss about the final year MPCS 5th semester. So unit 2, the subject is operating system. The subtitle is Central Processing Unit Scheduling Algorithms. So what is algorithm? So previous class already we discussed by operating system and types of operating system, evolution of operating system. Okay. So today we are going to discuss the scheduling algorithm. A process scheduler schedulers the different process to assign it to the central processing unit based on particular scheduling algorithms. So there are 6 process scheduling algorithms. The schedule different process to assign it to CPU. The central processing unit in this central processing unit available for arithmetic logic unit and the control unit and the memory unit. So arithmetic logic unit here we the user can send the information first transfer to ALU arithmetic logic unit. So after the data will be transferred into control unit. Here the control unit control the all the activities of computers. The data after transferring to the memory unit. Here available for 2 types of memory unit. They are the primary memory and the secondary memory. So after the data will be displayed on the output devices, the monitor or printer. So the schedule is the main, the different process to be assigned to central processing unit. So assigned to process this central processing unit based on the particular scheduling. They, in, there are 6 process scheduling algorithms. They are first come, first served scheduling algorithm, short shortest job first scheduling algorithm, and next one third one priority scheduling algorithm, and round robin scheduling algorithm, multi-level queue scheduling algorithm, and sixth one last one multi-level feedback queue scheduling algorithm. So these these algorithms are either non-primitive or the primitive. So non-primitive algorithms are designed so that once a process entire the running state, it cannot be primited until it the completes it allotted time. So where areas the primitive scheduling is based on priority, various scheduling is may and prevent a low priority running process anytime when a high priority and the process enters into a ready state. CPU scheduling. What is CPU scheduling? The explain first come first serve scheduling. The here see the one diagram is there, and the hub is uh, the operating system to decide which of the several tasks to task of queue, and the scheduling uh, deciding which threads are given access to resources from moment to moment. Here, see the diagram is there. Central processing unit scheduling and the ready queue and the CPU. Here, input output devices, input output queue and input output request, time slice and the expired and the 4K child wait for an interrupt. Child executes and the interrupt occurs. This is a CPU scheduling, that is the time scheduling. So how is the operating system decided to which of several tasks to take a of a queue? Queue means the execution of the program. The first program is the execution of program is completed. Waiting for second program. The second program is the first program is completed the process. The second program is executed after first program completed the process. This is called queue. So one by one executed by the programs. Scheduling decided to which threads are given the access to resources from moment to moment. So assumptions about the scheduling. Central processing unit scheduling and the big areas to research in the early 1970s, and the many implicity and assumptions for the central processing unit scheduling. One program for user, so one thread for program. So program are the independent. Here she observed the three different categories. One program for one user. So the user can use the only for one program. That we take the one C program, he edit the and he execute the program, and the one thread for one program. And next is the program are the independent. So only for one program he executed after process completed. The program called it is a independent. That time another program it's not disturbed by the first program. So this is called independent program, and these are the unrealistic, but the simplify the problem, and the does fair mean, and the fairness among users are the program. So here assumption and the central processing unit bursts. Here see the diagram is there. Load store and add store, read from file, and the wait for input output devices, and the store increment index, write to file and wait for input output. So load store and the read from file, wait for input output. The central processing unit burst, input output burst, CPU burst, and the input output burst, CPU burst, input output burst. Here different types of bursts are there. The diagram is burst duration milliseconds. So 0 to 40 and 0 to 160. So assumption of CPU bursts. So what is the implement is a scheduling algorithm. There is a question mark. So the important in a scheduling algorithm minimize response time, and the elapsed time to do, and the operation, and the response response time is, and the what the users sees, and the time to echo, and the key stores in the editor, and the time to comply complete program, and the real time tasks, and the must meet, and the deadlines imposes by word, and the maximize and the throughput. The job per second. So here job per second means the edition of the program. The user can edit one program one time, and the completion of open the program and execute the program, and the compile the program, and he rectify the errors, and the completion of the errors rectification, and after process completion he run the program, and the first program is completed he take the second program. The job for second and the throughput, the related to, and the response time but not identical, and the minimizing response time will lead to more and the contents of the switching than if you maximized only throughput, and minimize overhead and the context switch time, as well as efficient use of and the resource central processing unit, disk memory, etc. So fairness and the share CPU central processing unit among users in some of the equitable way, and the not just minimize uh, average response time. Scheduling algorithm first come first serve. So here the first come first serve, shortcutly we call FCFS. So the run until done FIFO algorithm, FIFO. So first in first out, this process is called the until done. So first in first out, the first program execution of first out, the second program come in the line. In the beginning this meant one program, and the runs non primitively until the it is finished, including any blocking for the input output operations. Now FCFS means that the process keeps the central processing unit one or more threads and the block. So the CPU main work is the one or more threads block. And example, three process arrives in the order P1, P2, P3, and P1 burst time 24, P2 burst time 3, and P3 burst time 3. So the burst time, draw the Grant chart to compute average waiting time and average completion of time. So the P1, P2, P3, just like we take the one example, one program, second program, third program. The burst time is the process, the central processing unit. The means the process keeps the CPU until one or more threads block. The first come first served, the first come first served. uh, Here one example is given. The three process arrives in the order here P1, P2, P3, and the P1 burst time 24, P2 burst time 3, and the P3 burst time 3. So waiting time P1 0 time, P2 wait for 24, and the P3 wait for 27, and the completion time P1 24, and the P2 27, and the P3 30. So here three arrived process. So 2433, the waiting time P1 0, so P2 24, and the P3 27. Here completion time P1, P2, P3 24, 27, 30. So average waiting, so 0 plus 24 plus 24 by 3, so is equal to 17. The average completion time, so 24 plus 27 plus 30 by 3. Here total 27. The the average waiting time for the one process to second process program. The average completion of three programs, the 27 is the completion of time. So FCFS, and what there is the order had been P2, P3, P1. So P1, P2, P3. So the order become P2, P3, P1. P1 burst 24, P2 burst time 3, and the P3 burst time 3. And the next one, the what if there the order had been P2, P3, P1. So the P1 and the burst time 24, and the P2 burst time 23 3, and the P3 burst time 3. Here P2, P3, P1. So P2 0, and the 0 to 3, and the 3 to 6, the process 6 to 30. So waiting time P1 0, P2 3, and the P3 6. The completion of the time P1 3, and the P2 6, P3 30. Average time is the 0 plus 3 plus 6 by 3 is equal to 3. They completed it to 17, and the average completion of time 3 plus 6 plus 30 by 3. So 13, completion of time 27. So average waiting time 0 plus 3 plus 6 by 3 3, and the compared it to 17, and the average completion of the time 3 plus 6 plus 30 by 3 13. So this is the compared to 27. FIFO process and the coins simple place the short jobs get, and the stuck behind the long ones. So if all yours, and the buying is milk, and the doesn't always seem like you, or the struck behind the, so full of many items. Performance is the highly, and the dependent in on the order in the which job arrive. How can we improve this one? Just question mark. How to improve? So round robin scheduling. Round robin scheduling. What is round robin scheduling? So this is shortcutly called FCFS. So the RR is the round robin scheduling. The FCFS scheme, and the potentially bad for short jobs, and the depend on submit order, If you are the first in a line and the supermarket with milk, you don't care, and the who is behind you on the other hand. Okay, so this is the one example of the if you are the first line in the supermarket with milk, so you don't care who is behind you on the other hand. And the round robin scheme, each process gets the small unit, the central processing unit time quantum. So usually 10 minus 100 ms. After the quantum expires, the process is the permitted and added to the end of the ready queue. Suppose n processes in the ready queue and time quantum is and the qms. Each process gets and 1 by n of the central processing unit time in checks of at most qms. And what is the maximum wait time for the each process. The FCFS scheme potentially bad for and the short jobs dependence on the submit order. If you are first in line, the supermarket, this is the same slide repeated. So each process gets a small CPU time quantum, usually 1 to 10 to 100. The example with the time quantum is called 4. The process burst time P1 24, P2 3, P3 3. The Gantt charts is so P1, P2, P3, P1, 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 P1. Here 0, 4, 7, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30. The OR with the time quantum is called 4. The process burst time P1 24, P2 3 and the P3 3. So 0 to 4 and the 7 to 10 and the 14, 18, 22, 26. The waiting time P1 and the 10 minus 4 is equal to 6 and the P2 4 minus 0 is equal to 4 and the P3 7 minus 0 is equal to 0. The completion time P1 30, P2 7 and the P3 10. So the average waiting time is the 6 plus 4 plus 7 by 3 is equal to 5.67. The turnaround time and varies with the time quantum. Here average turnaround time and the process time. Example of RRR with time quantum is equal 20, waiting time and the P1 68 minus 20 plus 112 minus 88 is equal to 72, P2 20 minus 0 is equal to 20 and the P3 28 minus 0 plus 88 minus 48 plus 125 minus 108 is equal to 85, P4 48 minus 0 plus 108 minus 68 is equal to 88. The completion time, so P1 is equal to 125, P2 is equal to 28 and the P3 is equal to 153, P4 is equal to 112. The average waiting time is the 72 plus 20 plus 85 plus 88 by 4 is equal to 66.25. The oral summary, the process and the cons and the better for the short job place and the fair place and the contest swimming time adds up to for the long jobs. Here the previous example assumed number of additional time was needed for and the context switching in reality. This word this word add to wait and completion time without actually programming and the two words completion and remember the operating system consume. If the chosen quantum is too large and the response time suffers and the infinity performance is the same as FIFO, first in first out. Here one bread is there, cut the first is first out, and the compared FCFS and RR. So job and the FCFS and the RRCT 1 2 100 200 and the 991 992 910 here 910 and the 900,000. So here 3 300 and 993. So continuation and the 9 900 999 10 10,000 10,000 1000. So compare the FCES and the RR. Here waiting time, completion time, quantum and the P1, P2, P3, P4 and the average. Here so Q1 84 and the 22, the table is says the compare the FCES and RR. The scheduling, the performance we get is and some weight somewhat independent on the kind of jobs we are and the running short jobs, long job, etc. If we could see the future, we could the mirror best FCFS. Just to briefly we discussed the topic is the first come first served scheduling algorithm. Here the simplest CPU central processing unit, the scheduling algorithm is the first come first served. The scheduling algorithm, the process first and the requests the CPU first is allocated. The central processing unit first, the process that comes first will be executed first and the next process starts only after the previous gets and fully executed. The complementation of the FCFS and the policy is the easily managed with a FIFO queue when a process enters the ready queue. So it's FCPCB, the program counter block. So PCB shortcutly PCB. So is the linked onto the tail of the queue. So when the central processing unit is free and it is allocated to process at the head of the queue and the running process is then removed from the queue. Here just the process that requests the central processing unit first allocated the CPU first. So the process that comes will executed the first and the next process starts. The first program is executed, the second program is starts for the completion of first program. That is the example. The average waiting time under FCFS, the policy is often and the quit long uh, consider the following set of process that arrive at time 0 with the length of central processing unit burst given in the milliseconds. So here the process burst time 1 24 P2 so P1 24 P2 3 and P3 3. So Gantt chart. What is GANTT? Gantt chart means the Gantt chart is the horizontal bar and the chart developed as the production control tool in the 1917 by the Ernest L. Gantt. So an American engineer and a social scientist frequently used in the project management. A Gantt chart provided to a graphical illustration of a schedule that helps to plan and the coordinate and track specific tasks in a project. Here 0, P1 and the P2, P3 24, 27, 30. The waiting time 0 milliseconds for process P1 24 and the milliseconds for process P2 and the 27 milliseconds for the process and the P3. Thus the average waiting time is the 0 plus 24 plus 27 by 3 is equal to 17 milliseconds. And the shortest job first scheduling algorithm. What is this definition? The different approach of the central processing unit scheduling, the shortest job and the first SJF, the scheduling algorithm, and the best approach to minimize waiting time, easy to implement in the batch systems where and the required central processing unit time is the known in advance, and this algorithm associated with and each process the length of process the next central processing unit burst when the central processing unit available it is assigned to the process that has the smallest next and the central processing unit burst. If the next is the central processing burst of 2. The process are the same FCFS and the scheduling is used to break the tie. And the note that a more appropriate and the term for this scheduling and the method would be the shortest next central processing unit burst and the algorithm because scheduling is the depends on the length of the next central processing unit burst the process is rather than its the total length. The process of with the length of the central processing unit and the set of process with the length is the CPU burst given in the milliseconds. Here see the second example, the process and the burst time P1 to P4, P1, P2, P3, P4 and the 6873. This is the burst time. Using the SJF, the scheduling we would and the schedule this the process according to the following Gantt chart. So the Gantt is the engineer in America. So that name it decided to Gantt chart. Here 0, 3, 9, 9, 16, 24. P4, P1, P3, P2. The waiting time is the 3 milliseconds for the process P1 and the 16 milliseconds for the process is P12. P2 the 9 milliseconds for process P3 and 0 milliseconds for process P4. Thus, the average waiting time 3 plus 16 plus 9 plus 0 and 4 is equal to 7 milliseconds. The SJF scheduling algorithm is the probably and the optimal in that gives to minimize average waiting time for a given set of process. So, and the priority of the scheduling process PSCA. So, priority scheduling is a non-primitive algorithm and one of the most common scheduling algorithm in the batch system. Each process is assigned a priority and the process with highest priority is to execute the first and so on. The process with the same priority or the executed in the first come first served basis. The priority can be decided based on the memory requests time and the requests or any other resources and the requirements. An example, consider the following set of process and the assumed to have arrived at a time 0 in the order and the P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 with the length of the central processing unit burst and the given in milliseconds. The process and the burst time priority. So P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, 10, 1, 2, 1, 5. See here 3, 1, 4, 5, 2. So using up the priority scheduling we would schedule these and the process according to the following Gantt chart. And the next one, round robin scheduling algorithm. So the round robin is the primitive process scheduling algorithm. Each process is provided a fixed time to execute. So fixed time means it is given by the milliseconds. How many time? The 20 milliseconds. In the fixed time the process will be executed. It is called quantum. A time quantum is the generally from the 1 to 100 milliseconds. length, and once the process is executed for given time period, it is the permitted, and the other process executes for a given time a period. The context switching is the used to save and the states of the permitted and the processes. The average waiting time is under the RR policy is the often long, and consider the following set of the process that they arrive at time 0, and with the length of the CPU best given is milliseconds. Here, if we use the time quantum, the 4 milliseconds, the time process P1 and gets the first 4 milliseconds, since the requires another 20 milliseconds, it is the permitted after the first time quantum, and the process P2 does not need 4 milliseconds, so it is the quits before it's the time for the quantum expires. The central processing unit is the given to the next process, the process P3, one each process has received one time and the quantum, the central processing unit returned to, and the process P1 for a additional time quantum, the resulting of the RR scheduling as follows. Let's calculate the average waiting time for the schedule. P1 waits for 6 milliseconds, 10 to 4, and the P2 waits for 4 milliseconds, and the P3 waits for 7 milliseconds. Thus, the average waiting time 17 by 3 is equal to 5.66 milliseconds. So, and the next one is the multi-level queue scheduling algorithm. The multi-level queue or the not independent. It is scheduling algorithm. This is not independent. It is a scheduling algorithm, and they make use of other existing algorithms to the groups and the schedule jobs with the common characteristics. The multiple queues are the maintain the process with the common characteristics. Each queue can have its own scheduling algorithms. The priorities are assigned to each queue. A multi-level queue scheduling algorithm the ready queue into several and the separate queues. The processor permanently assigned to one queue and generally based on some priority of the process, and such as memory size, the process priority of process time. An example of a multi-level queue scheduling algorithm with 5 queues and listed below order priority. Uh, these are the number one system process, and the interactive process, and the next one is the interactive rating process, and the fourth one batch process, and the fifth one student process. The highest of the priority system process, and the interactive process second one, and the interactive editing process, and the batch processing, and the next one is the student process. The lower priority, higher priority. The student process is the lower priority. Batch process is the lower priority. The system process is the highest priority. Independent, and the interactive process is the highest priority. And the next one, multi-level feedback queue scheduling algorithm. The definition of the multi-level feedback queue scheduling make it the most general CPU central processing unit, and the scheduling algorithm. It can be configured by a much a specific system under design. Though unfortunately, it is also requires some means of selecting values for all parameters to define the best scheduler. And although a multi-level feedback and the queue is the most general scheme, and it is also most complex in a multi-level queue, and the scheduling algorithm, the process are the permanently assigned to a queue on entry to the system. The multi-level feedback queue scheduling and the however allows a process to make the between the queues. The idea is to separate process with the different central processing unit burst and the characteristics. If a process uses 2 and the much central processing unit time it will be and the move to a lower priority queue, and the similarly a process that waits too long in a lower priority queue and the may be moved to higher priority queue, and this form of assign prevents and starvation. Here quantum B, quantum 8 and the quantum 16 FCFS. The integral of the multi-level feedback queue scheduler is defined by the following parameters: the number of queues, the scheduling algorithm for each queue, and the method used to determine when a upgrade of the process to higher priority queue and the method used to determine when a demote process the lower priority queue. The method and the process is the will enter of the process needs several. The predicting of the future. Back to predicting the future, the perhaps of the we can and the predict the next central processing unit burst and the length of the process to be predictable, and the create and the adaptive of the policy that changes based on the past behavior. Central processing unit and the scheduling, virtual memory file and the system etc. Determining of the length of next central processing unit and can only and estimate the length and can be done by using the length of and the previous CPU bursts using and exponential averaging. Here diagram is there, the predicting the future, predicting the future. Examples of the exponential averaging and the priority scheduling. A priority number is associated with each process. The central processing unit is allocated to process with the highest priority a smaller integer highest priority. The primitive, if the higher priority process enters, it receives the central processing immediately. Non-primitive, higher priority, the process must wait until the current process and the finishers, then the highest priority ready process is selected. The priority and the inversion. Consider a scenario in which there are the three processes, one with high priority H and the one with medium priority M and one with low priority L. The process L is running and successfully acquires a resource such as a lock of Semaphores, and the process H begins, and since we are using a primitive priority scheduler, process L primitive for the process H. The priority inversion, the process L should in fact the temporarily higher priority than process M on the behalf of the process H. The process H can donate its the priority to the process L, which in this case and would make it higher priority than process M. The enabler the process L to permit and the process M and run. When the process L is finished, process H become unblocked. And the multi-level feedback scheduling, and another method for exploiting past behavior, multiple queues and each with the different priority. Higher priority queues often consider the foreground tasks. Each queue has its own scheduling and the algorithm. uh, foreground and RR background, FCFS, and sometimes multiple RR priorities with the quantum and the increasing uh, the highest queue 1 ms and the next 2 ms, next 4 ms. Adjust each job for the priority follows the details, scheduling details, and the priority approximately SRTF, the central processing unit, and the short time input output bond, and the stay near the top, and the scheduling must be done between the queue. So this main process is the this is a total process, the scheduling algorithm. A process scheduling is the different process to assign to central processing unit and the based on particular scheduling algorithms. There are these six types, and once again repeat the subtitles. First come first served scheduling, and the shortest job first scheduling algorithm, and the priority scheduling algorithm, round robin scheduling algorithm, multi-level queue scheduling algorithm, and the multi-level feedback queue scheduling algorithm. So thank you, students.